You're at 1050 West Morris at the Winter Park Event Center. There's an intoxicated guest there. Is that correct?
Yes, he's being violent.
Is he white, black, Hispanic?
He's white, maybe Hispanic. He has a black-white beater on.
Okay, black
Tattoos.
Tattoos. Anything else?
Sorry, black pants and a black shirt. Sorry, was you out? The east side of the building right by the lake.
Okay, guys, so I was hoping that Good Luck America was going to cover this video, and he still may do it, but I just can't resist. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. So some of you may have seen this if you follow police activity. This video is 31 minutes, and it's the body cam footage. 2 officers who arrive at a wedding reception for a man who was beating up people, knocking people down, and supposedly assaulting an old lady, okay? An older lady. So the first thing about this is the call. When these officers got the call, it's a wedding reception, okay? Unless there's an active shooter who's just entered the building and has began killing people, you have to assume that these are family members. Everyone is invited. Everyone is there because they were invited to be there. If someone is behaving this way, he's probably known to multiple people in there, which means they're going to defend him. They're going to stand up for him. It's going to be a family altercation, family dispute type situation. Probably, okay? That's something to assume when you go into it. Doesn't mean that they should not have reacted the way that they did. I'm not saying that, they should just be lackadaisical and just let themselves get beat up and shot. No, but you're not running into a school where there's an active shooter, or into a shopping mall where there's an active shooter, or into a place where there's a bunch of members of the public and one person is assaulting people and you have no idea what his ultimate intentions are. Okay, it's a wedding reception. You can't get in there unless you're invited and you're part of the wedding. Everybody's dressed up. The ladies are looking the best that they've ever looked in their lives. The men are wearing their suit and ties. Everybody's spiffed up. Okay, there's a drunk dude pushing and shoving on people. She didn't say he'd seriously harmed anyone. So to go in there so amped up, I think was wrong. Okay, but that's not the main part that I'm criticizing. Even if they went in initially calm, it's fine. I'm going to get to the part that I have a serious issue with here in just a minute.
East side of building by the lake?
Yes. He's starting to shove people's heads and beat people up. So kind of constant.
So he's shoving people's heads and starting to try to hit them?
Yes, it's older ladies and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, has
Okay, sounds pretty bad. He's beating up an older lady.
he brandished or mentioned any weapons?
No.
Can you still see him?
Yes.
What's he doing now?
He's grabbing an older woman and shoving her.
So I'm not going to get into my 911 operator rant on this video. I can go on for 3 hours about how worthless and ridiculous 911 operators are. All of them. Sorry if you are one or if you know one. I apologize to you for hurting your feelings. But 911 operators suck. They're worthless. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it on this video. I'll make another video about that.
Is he with this party? Does he have a weapon?
Okay. Yeah, it's getting back.
She already told him he doesn't have a weapon.
So they're just saying for me to move away because people are making him mad. Anybody of
She already told her, sorry, that he doesn't have a weapon.
authority is making him angry.
Okay.
Anybody with any authority is making him angry. Okay, so let's run up on him and start grabbing on him since we're wearing uniforms and we're in authority. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward.
Is anyone injured?
Possibly.
Hey! Let her go. Taser. Get away from him! Get away from him now! Step back, Sam. Step back.
You touch my sister. Hey, you touch my sister.
Boom, right here. Okay. The guy's huge, okay? He's totally jacked and yoked. I, believe it or not, little old me was a bouncer before, okay? And dealing with situations like this on multiple occasions, the last thing I would do, unless this guy was causing serious property damage or harming people, is to just run in there and just just go straight on with the guy. The last time I did that, I got kicked in the nuts, square in the balls, okay? So this officer is trying to grab this guy's arms, okay, and take him into custody. The guy is at least a foot taller than the officer, okay? The other officer is giving commands, trying to use his taser, but the woman, apparently his sister, is grabbing him, holding him, hugging him, and using her body to protect him from the police getting close to him. Now, obviously, that's stupid. And I wasn't even smart enough to figure that out. I read someone else's comment on the video saying the family members had just moved out. If the family members had moved out of the way and let the officers do what they had to do, he'd probably still be alive. They might have got a clean taser shot and been able to take him into custody. Maybe. So that's a good point. But here's the thing, okay? Was this guy hurting anyone when they arrived? Was he not just standing outside? He wasn't inside where all the people were. He was outside, and his sister was hugging on him. They didn't know it was the sister at first, but whoever the woman was, she was not being held hostage. She wasn't being beat up or assaulted. Later on, you'll hear an officer say he had the woman in a headlock. That's not true. He did not have his sister in a headlock. He was hugging her, and she was hugging him. So now this officer decides to move in and make this arrest. Why? They could have stood back and observed and seen what was really happening. The guy was mad. He had told him to F off. Big deal. Okay, he's hugging on his sister. The dude's already outside. I would have been tempted to say, hey, if you can get him into the car and take him home, okay, if they want to press charges against him, anyone wants to press charges for the assault that he did, okay, then that's a whole different story, okay? Look, keep him here. Don't let him go anywhere. Use the family members. Why not use them? He's letting them get close to him. He's not going to let the officers get close. He's letting the family members get close. I used to use family members to control a person for me, or use the guy's buddies. If the guy's buddies are grabbing him and telling him to stop doing what he's doing, I'm good with that. Okay, the only time I would have to jump in there is if him and the buddies are all saying, no, we're not leaving, and I dare you make us. Then it's on. Okay, but there's even ways around that. The whole point is be smart. If the girlfriend, the sister's controlling him, other people are there, standing around and they know him, guys, get his butt down on the floor. We want to talk to him, or we're going to see if people want to press charges. If the family members can do it without getting hurt, fine. Now, you may say you're sending them into danger. No, what I'm saying is observe, watch and see, okay? Test his reaction. Now, he'd already been beating people up. I understand that. The guy's dangerous. The guy's out of control. He's drunk. But the sister, at least, if no one else, then the sister and maybe someone else who he knew was able to control him, use them for that, okay? Until they say, hey, we can't control him, or please step in and take over. But if family members are trying to protect him from the cops, I'm going to use that to my advantage until more cops arrive. And they had already called for backup, but they didn't wait for backup to get there. What made them think they needed to take this guy into custody so quickly?
Don't let that mother come on you, sorry.
No, step back.
Just wrong.
Put your hands. Step back. Step back. Put your hands by your back now. Put your hands.
Now, I don't know if the mag dump was necessary. Sometimes it just happens because that's what you're trained to do, or because the fear is making you react that way. And sometimes it's because of the switch from fear from being the victim to being the aggressor can kind of make you snap, so to speak. Whereas you were on your back, okay, obviously weak, obviously beat, obviously losing, and then you pull out the great equalizer, your pistol, and you start firing, and it feels so good to begin to change the odds and begin to change the dynamic and turn the tables to where now you're the aggressor, you're the big bad tough one, and you're going to show this guy, how dare he come close to me, how dare he punch me and hit me. I'm a police officer, okay? Even though he should have known as a police officer, this guy was totally out of control. He didn't care who he beat up. That right there would have told me I need to wait for backup. This guy's not afraid of the cops. He's not showing any restraint, even for officers in uniform. He's that kind of guy that fights with the police. We need more cops here. This is going to be a showdown. But it's a wedding reception, okay? It doesn't mean bad things don't happen there, but keep that at least the back of your mind. This is a wedding reception. It's not an active shooter, okay? This is a big, drunk, dopey guy who's beating up on people for whatever reason, okay? He said something about the groom, I think the bride or something later on. She's not in my family or something along there. He was in his feelings about the wedding for whatever reason, okay? Even though he had been having fun earlier in the evening, you know, maybe he got triggered. Maybe he didn't like black people. Okay, I don't know. There could have been all kinds of things going on with this guy. The point is, why are they trying to take him into custody when he's just a drunk idiot? Wait for the other officers to arrive, to pull the family members away from him, okay, to where their attention is not totally focused on the family members and the girl running up on the cop. Okay, that meant there weren't enough officers. If you have to preoccupy yourself with that family member, then there's not enough people to take the guy into custody. You need to step away and wait for backup to arrive. The guy wasn't doing anything. He's literally just standing there, pretty much being held by his sister. She was keeping him under control. He wasn't going to punch her. He didn't punch her. He didn't assault her.
Get off me! Get off me! We're some heroes out right now. Got one down. We're some heroes out right now. Stay back! Get back! Get over there! Stay back!
Okay, obviously total pandemonium, total anarchy, rightly so. Okay, everybody there knew that firing a weapon in this situation was not called for. Okay, this was a big guy who wanted to fight people. Okay, don't fight him. Don't give him what he wants. Okay, if somebody wants to fight, don't fight them. It doesn't mean let them beat you up, but he wasn't actively going after the police officers. Okay, he was, in his mind, defending his sister. At that moment, okay, retarded only in the sense that he was drunk. In his temporarily retarded mind, he thought the officers were trying to grab and disrespect his sister. Okay, that's how out of it he was. He wasn't processing what was really happening at that moment. Okay, and that being the case, realizing, hey, this guy doesn't even know what the heck's going on. He thinks we're just trying to grab his sister for no reason. Okay, all the more reason, wait for backup. As long as he's not actively hurting people, wait for backup. You know, maybe check on the victims. Maybe someone is hurt. Maybe someone did get seriously injured. Do we not care about them? What's more important, you know, stopping this guy who's standing there hugging his sister or checking on the victims? There weren't enough officers. That's the whole point. So wait. What was the hurry? Were they trying to be heroes? Were they trying to show how tough they were? Were they trying to take this guy down because they were intimidated by how big he was? And they wanted to show, hey, we're the cops. We can do anything. We're superheroes. Well, the one guy got knocked on his ass. He literally got knocked unconscious and stayed down for the 10 count. The other guy shot and killed the guy after he knocked him on his butt. And I'm not even against that, because that's one of the reasons for you to use deadly force. If you're outnumbered or you're overpowered, you're allowed to use deadly force to save yourself from being knocked unconscious and having your weapon taken and being killed with it. So I understand the part about shooting him, but I just don't think it needed to get to that point yet. Unless as soon as they rolled up, the dude came running at them, wanting to fight them. That's not what happened. Okay, he did not come running out there wanting to fight them. He cussed him out. He told him to get the F away and leave him alone. But that's not the same as actively trying to fight them. Now, here's the part I want to focus on before I end this. The way this officer spends the next 20 plus minutes challenging, first of all, antagonizing the family members and challenging this one guy in particular and several other people to fight him. Do something. What are you going to do? Do something. Come on, do something. Do something. This is the guy who just had to kill a man, okay, supposedly out of fear for his life. He just finished killing someone, and now he's challenging a family member, okay, or one of the attendees to fight him. Is that the way you behave after you've just had to kill someone out of self-defense? I don't think so. You would think the last thing you'd have on your mind would be fighting someone. Check it out.
Get over there. I'm taking him to the hospital. You got a problem with me?
Relax, please.
You want a problem, you're going to find one.
Please.
You better find something to do. Stay back.
He just lost his fucking son. What you got to do over there?
Mind your business.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, that was the police officer saying that. You got a problem with me? Huh? You better do something or find something to do. Go take a walk. Mind your business. Mind your business? He just got through killing one of the people at the wedding reception. That's everybody's business. Mind your, oh, okay, let me just turn on and go for a little walk and just stay calm. You know, nothing's going on here. You literally just shot and killed someone's brother. This does not end. He comes back to this same guy about 8 to 12 times, telling him, what are you going to do? Do something. Do something. Come on, do something. What are you going to do? Do something. You got a problem with me? And listen to the little stupid little sayings he keeps saying, like he'd been practicing them in front of a mirror. You looking for trouble? You're going to find it.
He's got enough people over him. Stay back.
He's got enough people over him. She's saying I'm an ICU nurse. Oh, okay, well, get in there. Okay. Oh, he's got enough people over him. What? What if the people don't know what they're doing? ICU is pretty serious. She may have some training that some of the other people there don't have. Why would he try and discourage her from saving him? It makes no sense.
Stay back.
Okay, see if I can. I didn't actually look for these spots, but let me see if I can find where he challenges that guy again.
In jeopardy. Okay, well, stay. If you respect me, stay back. Stay back, ma'am, please. Stay back, please.
Switch your rotation with CPR.
Take him somewhere.
I think this is
Just trying to calm down. Yeah, stay back. Stay back. All right, stay back. No,
You're clear.
you all right, man? Yeah, I'm okay. He swung on you. He hit me too in the back of my head.
Yeah. He got
okay?
He knocked me out. He knocked me out.
He knocked you out?
Yeah, he knocked me out.
Yeah. You need to go away. You go away. I will lock you up right now. For what? Go away. I'm not going to tell you again. We don't need another. Okay, well, you take him somewhere. Take him somewhere.
Okay, there you go. Now that was the second, third, or fourth time, I don't know. That was the officer. You'll see later on in the body cam from that officer, the black officer. He was back there thanking that guy for helping him after he got knocked out. The dude this other officer who shot the guy was trying to arrest and trying to taunt and challenging him to fight him over and over and over and over again, okay, had helped the officer who got knocked out. And the officer was there thanking him, saying, look, man, you and me are cool. I got no issues with you. And he kept the guy, and you'll see it in the body cam footage. I'm not going to show it. You can watch the video. The guy is saying, look, man, get your buddy, get the other guy, man. Why is he trying to arrest me? He's come at me like 6 or 7 times telling me, what am I going to do? Do something. What am I going to do? And you heard him right there. You need to get out of here. I'll lock you up. That's the way you talk to people who've just watched you kill someone who was at the wedding with them, dancing with them minutes before? No compassion. He's literally challenging the next person to step up and fight me. So he can do what? Shoot and kill him? Okay, like this guy seems out of control. How do you behave like that after you've just been involved in a shooting where you pretty much know you've just killed someone? And what happened to a supervisor arriving and taking your weapon, separating you from the scene? Everybody there had words to say to this officer. Why is he still there, agitating people? I see them sit the officer who's involved in the shooting in a car, ask him questions. Are you injured? Are you hurt? Don't make any statements right now. Okay, we need to start our investigation. None of that is happening. This guy stays on the scene for another 25 minutes, just walking around the scene, pushing people out of the way. Everybody's like, why'd you kill him? Why'd you shoot him? What was that? Why? And he's got something to say to everybody. And he just kept going after that one guy over and over and over again, challenging him to fight. I don't think this guy is not going to look good if this gets looked at by internal affairs or if there's a lawsuit filed. This guy is a loose cannon running around challenging family members who've just witnessed him kill one of their family members, challenging him to fight and saying he's going to lock him up. Now, his partner never did try and stop him or tell him, you need to calm down, you need to get out of the scene, you need to get yourself away. He could have just been all amped up on adrenaline. That could have just been the whole reason for it. But why is he still there? Why is he being allowed to run around taunting people and challenging people to fight?
No need to escalate. There's no need to escalate.
Here is just a private individual, a citizen. She can tell that the officer was escalating. There's no need to escalate. There's no need to escalate. My God, when the citizens have to tell you, a police officer, there's no need to escalate, you know you're out of control. Come on. This guy, I'm sorry, man. Whoever he is, he's so wrong in my opinion. That's it. That's all I just had to say about this video. All right. You can see the original one at Police Activity.